if you overestimate it and you don't honor the Camino and respect the Camino, it's not going to let you finish. So my name is Renee. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I'm originally from outside Philadelphia, and I moved to Seattle for graduate school 11 years ago, and met my husband and ended up staying. And but before I moved to Seattle, actually right before, I did the same Camino de Santiago from Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port to Finisterre to El Fin del Mundo in 2005, and I've always wanted to do it again. It was a beautiful, life-changing, amazing experience, and I even have chills right now thinking about it. So I remember writing in the end of my journal, I will know the right time to do it again, and now was and is the right time, because, well, what works out really well is I'm in between jobs at the moment, and my mom just retired. She retired in July. She worked in a pharmacy for many years, and is very happy to not be working in the hospital anymore. So it was something my mom always wanted to do, and I knew that I wanted to do it again. And it's something that my dad always wanted to do but never got the chance, because in May of 2014 he died of a very extreme and late stage multiple myeloma cancer. He was diagnosed on April 21st of 2014 and then died May 13th. So very quickly, in about 3 weeks. So that was very hard and very shocking for us, and we were in denial for a long time and grieving. And so this walk is in memory of him, to celebrate him, something that he wants to do or wanted to do, but we believe he's already done it up there. Mm-hmm. So, so I'm doing it for my dad. I'm doing it with my mom to support my mom, because she, always wanted to do it but didn't feel secure doing it alone. And she felt confident with me, especially because I've done it before. But I'm also doing it for personal reasons. Like I said before, I've always wanted to do it again. It was something amazing. So, I've been through my life struggles in the last 2.5 years since my dad died, and personal struggles, grieving, and trying to find my way professionally as well. I've been working in education for the past 12 years. For this first 6 years, I worked in environmental education, and I also taught Spanish and English grammar and composition in the independent school system. And then I decided to slightly change my career, because my undergraduate degree, my bachelor's, I have a double major in psychology and fine arts, and I always wanted to go in the path of art therapy. So when I moved to Seattle, right after I did the Camino the first time, I started a graduate specialization program in art therapy at Antioch University, and then I took some time and wasn't sure if I wanted to continue with that, and that's when I was working in the independent sector of education. And then in 2008, I went back to school for a master's in counseling with a specialization in school counseling, because I wanted to stay in the education arena. And then I was a school counselor for the last 6 years, including my internship. And from the beginning, it really wasn't the right fit as far as the arena, like working in the public school system, and the lack of resources and being spread so thin, and just, the ratio of counselor to students in Washington State, if you're in the secondary, middle school, high school, is 400 to 1, which is just ridiculous. And then if you're in elementary, there's no caseload caps, and it's just, I couldn't get in depth with the students and families, and it just was super difficult for me. So I tried it in all different arenas and levels, and I tried it middle school, high school, K-8, you know, like maybe if it's a different level, it'll fit my core being better, but no. And the combination of my dad dying suddenly and struggling with my career, I wasn't going to survive. Like, I was in a really dark, scary place. And so in June this year, at the end of the school year, I resigned. When I told my principal, I felt like I was breaking up with him. He was like, no! Which felt good too, because that, you know, makes me feel like I'm valued. But so this summer was just kind of like a rediscovering of self and getting back into my art. And I paint and do mixed media, and I do jewelry making. So I have an Etsy site for my jewelry making, and I created a Facebook site.
Tell us what it is.
Paintings. Sure. So my Etsy site is Renee's Wrapped Rocks, all one word, at Etsy.com. I do a lot with found objects, you know, natural objects like driftwood and shells and rocks and stones and you know, and then like beads as well, but like influenced, like a nature influence. So pendants and earrings are kind of my main, and all like very minimalistic wire wrapping to celebrate the natural pieces. And then my paintings, I have a combination of one end of the spectrum of impressionistic art of, you know, the natural world. I'm always very influenced by nature, but I also do a lot of abstract art, also with a natural influence. And right before I started the Camino, I photographed my favorite pieces and made this Facebook site. So that site is Bacino Davis Gallery on Facebook. So B as in boy, ACINO, Davis, and Gallery. So my last name, my maiden name, and my married name. Yeah, and so I'm starting to sell prints of those, like board prints or canvas prints, and I was really proud. Like, I felt very honored. Like a couple days after I posted stuff, I got replies already of people who wanted prints. So that made me feel good, especially because with everything that's been going on, I haven't had the creative energy to be doing my art, and so getting that back this summer after resigning felt amazing. Future generations of Peregrinos. The way is a spiritual path, and don't rush it. You know, be in it, cherish each step, each moment, cherish the people that you encounter, and don't overestimate it.